that, so, okay. One time, Baba actually, I was sitting and Baba explained to me the meaning of Trishul. Baba said there are three gunas, and the Trishul is also the three gunas. It's made out of three gunas. And however, if you want to go, like if you want to advance in spirituality, you need to go beyond these three gunas. So if you actually look at it, if you turn the Trishul around, you get Om. So the Om is the infinite. That's what Baba explained to me. Om is the infinite. And the three guna actually comes from there itself. But the three gunas are the only one that people can see. But they cannot see the Om, which is inscripted already in there. So that is the reason you need to go beyond this three guna. And I asked Baba, how do you go above three gunas? So Baba said you can only go by three gunas is by harmonizing all three gunas. I'm like, okay, I understood sattvic guna, you can harmonize. I understand rajas guna, perhaps you can harmonize. How do you harmonize a tamas guna? How do you? And I had that question. I'm like, how do I harmonize a tamas gun? And then he said, by changing your how do you say, changing your intention. So if I have, so basically that's a practice. You cannot do it overnight. So and this takes, like, if it's, I guess it's a circle of life. It takes more life, not only one life, but it takes many life to go through this and to understand actually what the symbol of Trishul actually is stands for. That's what Baba had explained. Baba said that it's a, people think that it's my weapon. But why is it my weapon? Do you know why is it my weapon? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why it's your weapon. I have no idea, Baba. And so Baba said Shiva carries weapon because he is the one of controller of this three guna. This is the three gun. Without this three gun, there is no Prakriti. And without Prakriti, there is no Shiva. Shiva and Shakti is together. So if you look at it, these three gunas are coming from them himself. So Baba said that if the tamas is coming from me, how could that be bad? I'm like, Baba, I'm like, this is so high level thing. I don't get it. So then, I stopped right there because I didn't understand quite a bit. I'm like, I don't get it. I just want to know little basic stuff. So he explained to me that this was long time ago. When I was sitting and I was asking him question. And no, actually this was, no, the harmonizing three gunas was back in 2019, I think. While I was at while I was in a law enforcement and then I was just sitting by myself one day. And you won't believe, one day I was sitting and I started writing about something about Dwarka Mai and Baba visiting, or sorry, Krishna visiting Baba. And I only remember the glimpse of it. Okay, so Baba said Krishna's coming, and then Baba actually is talking to Krishna. Krishna is a very small. He's wearing the more punk, and I wrote it down for everybody. I said, I'm going to share with everyone, Baba. This is so good. You know what happened? I had a water, like, I don't know why I put the water cup there. It spilled all over. And it was ink. So I couldn't even make out what it said. So I kind of figured that Baba doesn't want, it is just his Leela. Because I don't remember anything. I only remember, the only one sentence I remember from that is that Baba said, Krishna came to visit me. That's all. And how Krishna looked. It was a baby Krishna. And he was explaining, and he was trying to, and then it was his, their conversation. It was conversation with Krishna and Baba's and Krishna's conversation. But I couldn't understand. I mean, I was writing it down, and I mean, I was second time I started reading it to understand what it means. The water spills, and can't I mean, water spills, and there's nothing. You cannot read anything. Oh my, I'm okay. I'm like, all right, Baba, it's all your Leela. So, of course, maybe subconsciously you're trying to explain something, or I don't know, you're talking to some other devtas or some other one, and, you're just, since, we're in your lotus feet, you're just giving us the opportunity to hear you. I don't know what was the story, but that happened. And as I just shared with you, um, this is a very good concept to remember, everyone, is that I'll share. First of all, I'll share this. So, as I told you, I was coming, I was taking a turn, and I was very scared. For some weird reason, I got scared. It was a unprotected turn. So, I got really scared. I took the turn, and then I thought that what if a car actually comes behind me and hits me? And so I was very panicking. And then all of a sudden, I, counseled myself by saying, no, this is not true. I should not be behaving like this. I'm Baba's sevak. I'm Baba's, Baba's das. I should not behave like this. I don't want this to manifest. And so all of a sudden, I heard from my left side all the way on the top, like, like a voice I heard. And it said, what makes you think I will let this manifest? And so then i I said, and then I mean, I didn't say anything. And then the second word, second voice, I mean, second thing I heard was, do you know that I'm here, I'm catching all your thoughts? I only release the thoughts that I wanted to manifest. So no matter how wrong you think, because of your, all pashu vritti, nothing will manifest unless he wants. Whatever he wants, he'll manifest without even your thinking about it. So what I'm trying to tell you, dear devotees and all science swarupas, is we see in this Kali Yuga, in this stressful life, especially this fast paced life we go on, we are mentally stressed out. And not only, why we are mentally stressed out is because there's so much guilt in us, so much, agony, so much pain we carry, so much agony, pain, guilt, so much, we carry all of this, as well as, our shatrus, kam, krodh, lobh, moha, matsarya, so jealousy, of course, lust, arrogance, ego, um, agony, as a anger. So all of that, are going to also, and also it depends on um, the tendency you have put yourself through. So if there is a person, there are two sisters or two brothers, say, and one brother wakes up early in the morning at 4 o'clock, and he actually, does his exercise and he works out, and he has a great, he's a healthy body. Now this other brother actually wakes up at 9 o'clock or 12 in the afternoon, eats whatever he wants, and then ends up with a disease. And so, well, they're both from the same source. Their parents are the same, but what they have decided is different. They decided that I'm going to take care of myself. They're decided that I want to use this body as a vessel to go beyond this sansar. I want to go beyond this maya. I want to go to lotus feet of our Bhagwan, our Baba. And so the second one's like, whatever, I'm going to eat, enjoy my life, whatever happens. And then that person, because of the karma, ends up with a disease, and then goes to Bhagwan and prays, Bhagwan, take my disease out. Bhagwan's going to tell him, look what you did in the past, and now you're telling me to take your disease off. How am I going to do that? For that, you have to change your habits. You have to change your tendency. You have to change your emotions, intentions for everyone. There was a story I read in Swami Narayan. There was a Swami Narayan Sant, and he was explaining this story. He said there was a guy. He was in his he was very weak and he was very sick. He tried all he could. He went to the doctors and all the, the Ayurvedic and everything, but his leg pain would never go away. He would never ever go away. So then he goes to the Swaminarayan Sant. And so the Swaminarayan, and then he says, I'm fed up with this. I don't know what to do. Please help me. So then the Sant looks at him, and then Sant asks him a question. Sant says, "Can I ask you a question if you don't mind? Please don't be judgmental or anything, but let me ask you this very straightforward. Have you ever hurt anyone in your life?" He's like, "No, I have not. I have not hurt anyone." He's like, "No, think hard. Have you hurt anyone in your life?" And so he thinks. He's like, "Yes, I have." He's like, "Who?" He's like, "I betrayed my brother for land. I made him sign a paper that actually he was not supposed to, and he walked off, and he knew what I did, but then after that, he never came back. He never come back. He never comes back. He never argues with me. When I go, he still hugs me. He still welcomes me, everything. And so that's why I forgot the incident that ever took with us. Even if I go to his house, he will still welcome me and everything." So he said, "That's it. You are, you have actually hurt your brother. So you need to actually apologize to him. So go to him, and with the folded hands, ask for forgiveness. He may have be forgiven you, or he may have already never even said that you committed a crime, or you committed a sin against him. But Bhagwan is watching, and the chakra doesn't leave anybody. So he then goes, and then he actually, you know uh, apologized to brother. The poor brother cries and hugs him, says, "No, all belongs to you. You are my father. Whatever you give me, I take. You don't have to do this." So he feels so bad. He feels really bad in his and he cries in front of the brother. And then he asks for forgiveness, and says, "Please say that you forgive me." And so the brother says, "Yes, even though I don't blame you for anything, but I, even because just for your sake, I'm saying that I forgive you." Okay. And so then in like 15 days, he goes to the Sant, and he says, "Santji," like, he says, Bapa or Swamiji, "My pain has gone, completely gone." So he said that it wasn't your pain, it was that blockage of karma that was causing this problem. So when you see, um, when we do something that is extremely unbearable, like extremely um yeah, unbearable sinful things, that'll manifest real quick. That'll manifest in our body, and it will, people say that, it's our prarabdha that we carry, you know but yes, of course, I'm not going to argue with that. That's like, even Bhagwan Baba says not to argue with what is a prarabdha and what is this. Not going to go into that one. But the point of the matter is that the brother was healed because he had done something wrong, and he confessed that I did something wrong and I apologize. And so his blockage, so his pain was taken away. And so this the what I was trying to explain to you, that is not only that this karma can affect us internally, but it also affects us externally. So whenever you feel that you have gone through so many medicines and so many doctors and so many things, but nothing happens, then remember that there is something is blockage. Now it's not a blockage like we have like a blood blockage or the something blockage in our body. No, 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 it's not like that. It's a blockage where you cannot see. So it's something that's basically what Bhagwan ji is showing us, that this is a big hurdle, like a mountain for you. And if you need to, pass this mountain or the hurdle in order for you to come little bit near me, Bhagwan won't come near you. If we have blockages, meaning we have hurt people, we have insulted people, we have made fun of people, humiliate people, all of that, Bhagwan will stay away from us. He's like, okay, you want to do that, okay, you need to get the benefits of what you have done, you need to get the fruit of what you have done. And when that happens to us, when that cycle repeats, when somebody insults us, when somebody comes and um make fun of us, then at that time we are like, oh my god, this person is doing this to me, oh my god. But we don't know that our own karma is coming back to us, hunting us. So that's why when something happens, do not blame the situation, do not blame anyone else. No matter how wrong the other person is doing, understand it's your own karma coming back to you. Nothing happens to you unless you let it. So, yes, I'm going to go ahead and stop there right now. And so this is what Baba has taught, about this Trishul. If you look at Trishul, and if you actually so Baba explained that Trishul is the three gunas, and that the three gunas, right? And then also, if you look at, if you actually take it and turn it around, is the Om. And Baba explained to me long time ago that the three gunas are part of the Om, which is Ishwar Parvati. Now, and without the Prakriti, there is no Shiva, no Shiva, no Prakriti. So same thing. If there is a three guna, if you read Bhagavatam, Bhagwan says it, that the three gunas are the one is keeping the sansar going. But Baba said to go beyond this three guna. And so I had asked him at that time, I said, how do I go beyond this three guna, Baba? And so Baba explained to me that time, that Baba said, you need to harmonize each of them. And so I asked him, how do I harmonize it? And so he said that to keep balance, like a thermometer, we have a thermometer, and we would know if we have a fever or not. Meaning, we have the Vivek Buddhi, we have the intelligence, we have our sanskar, our bhakti. Those are our guidelines to do what is right, what is universal right. Don't go with the universal wrong. Okay, so there's a big thing about universal right and universal wrong. So we want to do what is universal right. Universal right means don't hurt anyone, don't kill someone for money, don't betray your own family or your brother or your sister. All of these things, what our dharma sastra teaches, or any, in the matter of fact, any religious book teaches. No religion teaches that you need to hurt someone to get what you want, right? All the religions now, it's manipulated with other languages and whatever, the it's all big propaganda. But if you boil it down to the core, none other religion in this world teaches to harm anyone. So anyway, so long story short, that if you want to harmonize your gunas, use your vivek buddhi and keep your thermometer with you, and that thermometer will tell you if your which guna is getting higher. So how can you measure that? How can you measure it? You can measure it by knowing. So for example, if I tell you right now, if I die, where will I go? Will I go to heaven or hell? So if whatever my thought is coming, so how are we going to do this? We're going to do it like, if I'm going to die right now, at this moment, Where will my thought will take me? By doing this, that's your thermometer, Vivek Buddhi. That Vivek Buddhi will all yield you by practicing day and night, day and night, day and night. One day, your thermometer will have that, that mercury will be like so balanced. You'll be surprised. You're like, oh, okay. Even though you try to push it down, it won't go down. Trust me. So it's Baba's Leela and Baba's Daya that, he is actually teaching us all of this. And so I'm very much grateful to share all of this with you all, Sai Swarupas. So Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om
Om
Sai Ram, and
Saira.
always keep
Thank
your
you,
always
Mataji.
keep
Wonderful
your
thought.
thermometer on, and always keep it going. And so, we do not want to miss it. And how can you harmonize the
Chala.
three gunas is by keeping that thermometer, keeping that Vivek Buddhi, and also remembering one thing. If any thoughts you have, put that thought in. If that thought is coming in action, if that action is harming someone, make sure that you have already decided that you're going to, you have stepped up to going to hell. If your action has pleased someone, is pleasing to someone, is giving happiness to someone, remember that your God is very happy with you. You're going to go in the right direction. So that is how you're going to measure. That is the way you measure what is right versus what is wrong. if
Lovely.
you if you have if you hurt someone, and if you have, any everybody will, because we are that part and participle of the God who is pure consciousness, and he is the purity. He is unconditional love. So if you hurt someone, your heart is going to hurt. You're gonna, it will hurt you. It will make you so frustrated, so imbalanced, so unhappy, that you would go into addictions, depression. You would, all the you'll catch all the diseases, because your vibration is going down. Because when your vibration goes down, then you catch all of this, so only way to keep your vibration high is by spiritualism, by bhakti, by satsang. you know there was a, I think it's in Bhagavad. I think I want to say it's in Bhagavad Gita or Devi Bhagavad. But I heard it. I don't remember exactly, but I heard it from when I was listening to Guru Charitramrit. When I was listening to that, the 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 Swamiji who was explaining that, he said people, do not need to, if they don't go to temple, if they don't actually go to Tirath, if they don't, dip into Gangaji, Yamunaji, or all of that, but if they do daily satsang, they will go beyond all of these people who are actually, cleansing their physical bodies. Because satsang will cleanse your inner atma, antakaran. And that is what we all want. We want to clean our antakaran, because our antakaran is so much malice, so much with the negativity. And of course, in the world that we live, um it's just, it's horrible right now. I mean, we all see those wars, and people fighting for land, people, in the name of greed, in the name of power. Even, like, even in, you see in the families, husband and wife will fight just because they want, their things to be right. Kids will fight with their parents because, they want to make sure that, they are doing what they want to do. Again, power, domination, all of that. That can only go away if we do Sharanagati. And that
Yes.
Sharanagati can be only by Bhagwan. That Sharanagati can come only through Bhagwan and only through Guru. And if the Guru gives you Sharanagati, then understand that you have passed this test.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Very true.
you.
Complete
Yes.
satsang. Complete satsang. Ori.
Yes.
Great.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Om
you. Thank
Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram.
ओम साई राम ओम
Om
साई
Sai
राम। आप
Ram.
सभी स्वरूपों को बहुत बहुत प्रणाम।
Sai
Thank you,
Swarupas, all
everyone.
Sai Swarupas. Om Sai Ram.
Om
ओम साई
Sai Ram.